everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you know what we do. Go right down here. Yes, dig around in your settings and find your subscribe button and go ahead on and subscribe. Get it over with. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, that beast, that algorithm. It is dragging me presently through these internet streets by my neck. I really would appreciate your help with that. Also, right about here, that's our join button. If you decide to become a channel member, it's for channel members. And if you decide to become a channel member and become a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my little channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful for that support. Also, if you want to give a one time donation, our super thanks button is right over here. All donation is greatly appreciated. Now, with all that said, let's get to the read. Let's get to the read because I have so much as usual. That is one reason why I expanded to an hour because I be having so much. I be digging around in these internet streets and I be coming up with so much that I be wanting to share with y'all. I just could not fit it in 30 minutes anymore. So I decided to do an hour and I be squeaking it doing an hour. But I am not gonna go anymore. Just if I go a smidge over an hour, that is it. So let's get going. Well, I was in these internet streets, of course, and I was making my rounds. I was over to Instagram. Over to Instagram, the squatties are still dragging Camilla for the trailer trash filth that she is, and I love that for her. I love it for her. One of the squatties said you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And is it that a lie? I don't think that's a lie. The squatties are showing no mercy, and I love that. I love that for them because we have been too nice for too long, and they have done nothing but continue to go after Harry and Meghan time and time and time again. And so we said, cool, okay, we'll meet you where you at. And so they're saying that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I said, yes, yes, yes. And also over to Instagram, they are dragging William because he got this two-part documentary. He has a nerve to think people are going to devote their precious time after work to watching two parts of his nonsense about homelessness. It is so funny to me. I cannot stand it. And it is so funny to the squatties over on Instagram. I did not go over to the dark side. Y'all know how I am on Sundays. I protect my peace at all costs. And I know if I went over there and saw Angela 11 or Nana's wig that has been dyed another two or three shades of blonde lighter, I would not be able to hold myself. So I said, okay, I'm not going to put myself through that. I am not going to go over there and see if that albino cockroach, what she's talking about and what she's talking to the devil about. Because we all know that that's what Angela Levin's mama called her. And I am not one to argue with people's mama. What can I say? So I steered clear. But I did go to TikTok, and I'm telling you, the squatties on TikTok, I guess they squatties. I don't know. I don't know if they're squatties or not, but I do know they be coming for the neck when it comes to William and Camilla over there, and they are coming for both, and I love it. And they kind of coming for Kate too. They thinking that Kate and William might be getting a divorce soon. I'm just saying that is the word on the curb, y'all. And I got a little some about that later on. And I was on X, formerly known as Twitter. Y'all know I have to go over there every day. That's my home away from home. And the squatties over there are not disappointing either. They are absolutely continue to drag Camilla for the filth that she is. And they also are dragging William. They are dragging him, oh my God, because he mentioned Harry. And the squatty said, we all know why he mentioned Harry. Because no one would pay his little old measly little documentary any mind or him any mind if he hadn't put Harry's name in his mouth. That's what they all do over there to that pond, over the pond, over across the pond. That's all they do. Even Boris Johnson, all of them. They cannot keep Harry and Meghan's name out of their mouths because if they don't use Harry and Meghan's name for clout, nobody pays them no attention. He is the future king of the United Kingdom, and he has to use his little brother's name for anybody to make any kind of mention of him. How pathetic is that? And I love that for him. I do. I do. He walk around and hate his little brother, but yet and still he has to use his little brother's name in order to get any eyeballs. I love it for him. But first, we're going to talk about, well, that's what they're talking about over on X, formerly known as Twitter, and a few other things that we're going to talk about as we go along. But I am going to put this up first. We're going to finish dragging Camilla, and then we're going to get into some other stuff. We ain't going to drag her for long, not like we did yesterday, but we got to finish it up, because she has continued to be the trailer trash garden tool that she has always been. And the squatties are not letting up on that neck. And I love it. I love it. I just love how the Sussy Squad is now. I do. We have finally decided we're going to really fight back, that we are not going to entertain their nonsense anymore. You're not just going to get to say anything that you want to say and we stay quiet or we do mute challenges and that's what we do. No, we coming for your neck. And I love it. I love it. It is a few squatties on X. I'm telling you, they are doing God's work. They are. And they are my favorite. But let's get to this. Let's get to this, and we'll talk about it later. All right, I'm going to put this up, and it says this. Remember how angry they got when Prince Harry's beautiful biracial wife, Meghan Markle, for, uh, for closing her door? Yeah, I remember how mad they got. It was against protocol. What's she doing that for? It's she's a commoner. She don't know what protocol is. She's a royal now. She don't know how to act like a royal. But yet and still, this woman who has been hanging around this family for what, 40, 50 years and has slept her way all the way just about through the family. She walk around barefooted, laughing at indigenous people, embarrassing her husband by laughing at formal ceremonies about traditional, rituals and whatnot. So yeah, I don't see Megan doing any of that. They can miss me with their hypocrisy. They can miss me with their hypocrisy. And it goes on to say, and see how quiet they are about barefooted trailer park Camilla. Princess Diana upgraded the monarchy. Trailer park Camilla downgraded it. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? I'm looking all up under the bed. I'm looking all in the closet. I still hadn't found the lie that I'm looking for. Camilla is just trailer trash. She has proved herself to be one click above a homeless woman in her mannerisms. I'm telling you, at least a homeless woman would pay attention and not try to offend anybody. This woman has so little respect. I don't know if she feels like she is above everybody and she's above anybody calling her out on her nonsense. I don't know what's going on with her. She might absolutely have some kind of psychological problem going on because this is not normal behavior. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put this up, and it is a little video out, and I think I talked about this yesterday. How Charles is still; these people waited in the rain to say goodbye to them in the cold rain. And this woman took her umbrella and went on up them steps and went on and waved while she was in the plane, while Charles was still at the foot talking to dignitaries. She is the ultimate, most disrespectful human being that I have saw in the position that she is in. This particular squatty says this funny how Queen Camilla literally killed for her role, but can't hide the fact that she hates it. I love that for her. I love that for her. That is Diana's revenge all over. She and pretty much that's the way all of them are over there now. Kay, William, all of them. They want the elevated status, but they don't want to do the work behind it. They don't care anything for their people. It is not about them serving their people. It's about their people serving them. And they don't want to do nothing. All they want to do is go out and shoot birds, shoot little innocent birds, and uh, forage for mushrooms and get drunk on the streets of Scotland. That's all they want to do. And Kate, I don't know what she doing. I know I saw that picture of her the other day. She looked like I don't know what she's doing. She looked like she's changing tires. I'm gonna tell you, Kate looks horrible without makeup on. Whew, it is a mess. I'm telling you. Y'all saw that picture with her with the little hat on and stuff. She looks like she washed clothes for a living. I'm telling you. I mean, clothes down to the river, beating them on a rock. That's the way she looks. And so that's what they want. They don't want, they just want the elevated status. They don't want to go to Commonwealth Day. They don't want to go on engagements. They don't want to do hand out the coins. They don't want to do handing out the little trinket awards. They don't want to do any of that. And that is so easy. It's people digging ditches and doing all kinds of hard labor who wish that they had easy jobs. They run William a $26 million check every year. That's on top of all of his expenses, including a new helicopter. Now they run him a $26 million check every year, and he don't want to go and hand out a medal. He don't want to do any of that. But he wants to be king, and he wants to be king of the United States. I said that in a I was in there, I was in the fight today on X. I was in there throwing hands on X today, and that's one of the things I threw back. William wants to be the king of the United States, but that job it does not exist. That job does not exist. And we will absolutely remind him at every turn that that job does not exist. He needs to go and worry about his people across the pond because the people in the United States is just fine without him. All right, this says. It said Camilla has had enough. She bailed on Charles and made a run for it. For all of his faults, no King Charlie does not remember Phil the Greek doing this. I don't know what this squatty is talking about. I just faintly remember who Phil the Greek is. I don't even who is Phil the Greek. But I do know Camilla made a run up them stairs. She was done. I don't even think that she said goodbye or anything to all the dignitaries. She just went and left her husband. And like they say, it's funny how Queen that word just gets stuck in my throat. I have to say the horse because it's hard for me to say Queen Camilla. So I said, funny how the horse literally killed for the role, but can't hide the fact that she hates it. First a lie. And I'm gonna put this one up here. It said Camilla is so predictable. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Y'all remember I was telling y'all that's what he said. One of them said, absolutely. This horse, you cannot take it anywhere. It poops everywhere it goes and it smells. She is ridiculous. I'm just saying. All right, well, listen to this. What's his name? I forgot his name. What is his name? He just wrote this. He just wrote this. Oh God, what is his name? Richard Palmer. Y'all know Richard Palmer. He used to be one of the Royal Rodents, but he got fired, and now I think he's just freelancing. And he pretty much wrote this article for iPaper. I guess it's one of the. They got so many papers over there. I guess we do too. I don't know. So I can't say that they have a lot of papers, but it is a lot of papers. But this is for I. I'm gonna put this up. It says this is from one of the squatties, and it says when raw reporters are not busy gaslighting the public, they admit that that family will never recover from the damage they done by bullying and harassing Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan have become symbols of resistance against royal slavery. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? And they're talking about this article that Richard Palmer wrote, and it's about the royal tours may be over for good due to anger over slavery and Harry and Meghan. All right, this particular squatty said this, and I'm telling you, he came with the truth with this particular post. He said, um, Raw reporter Richard Palmer should know that many white people in capital letters in America, Europe, and around the world saw the royal family's racism towards Duchess Meghan, and we are sickened by it. That's why we hate the royal family and the UK media. Where is the lie in that? Because you can look at the Sussex Squad. The Sussex Squad is a rainbow of people of all different stripes, all different religions, all different races and colors. It consists of just good people who hate to see someone bully another person just to and have no mercy about it. And that is the reason why I became a squatty, just sitting here and watching and consistently seeing these people just totally and absolutely bully this couple who all they wanted to do was to love one another. If you are a person like me, I love love. I love seeing people in love. And it was so plain to see that this couple, Harry and Meghan, loved one another. That's what Tyler Perry was saying. He said they love one another. They love one another. And it seems like it was an affront to these people that Harry and Meghan love one another. They wanted to be together. And all they wanted to do was to do good. They actually love the people. They love the work of helping people. And we all know, and we discussed it earlier, that these other left behinds, they don't love the people. They don't care about the people. All they care about is the photo shoot. They just want to make sure you get the photo. That's all. They don't care about no homeless. You think William cared about the homeless as he lives in his 4 mansions? He don't care about the homeless. He could care less. All he wants to do is to be able to take a picture with a homeless person. He cares about the elevated status. He does not care about doing the work. Same for Camilla. Now, Charles, I don't know. I can't say. He has done a lot of good work. He seems like it's some things he does care about, but but them other ones, like Kate, they literally do not care. All they want to do is to feel good that they are at an elevated status, that somebody would have to bow to them. And the fool that does that, I don't know who they are. But that's what they want. They want to feel elevated. And that's all it is about it. And I love what this particular squatty said. He said, it white people, every kind of colored person. You know, they always want to say that the squatties are all people of color. No, they are not. They're all just all different color, a beautiful rainbow, a tapestry of good people, and I love it. That's one reason why I love this community, because it is about your heart. And everybody in the squatties, everybody in the Sussex squad is good people, because we hate to see horrible people, evil people bully good people. That's what brought us all together. All right, let's go to this. This is the article they're talking about that Richard Palmer wrote. He wrote it in an I magazine or I paper or something like that. You know he ain't got no home no more. You know he got fired. He is a freelancer. He's trying to get a meal everywhere he can catch one. And evidently I said I'll give you, some fries, some what is it, fish and chip for the day. And he wrote this. Yeah, I know I am messy and petty. All right, it said, like I said, the name of the article is the Royal Tour. The Royal Tours may soon be over for good due to anger over slavery, Harry and Meghan. And they always try to put Harry and Meghan in it, but it's true. I said it from the beginning when I start seeing what they were doing to Harry and Meghan. And they had bullied Harry and Meghan out. And Harry and Meghan did that last event, the Commonwealth Day. And Meghan took off to Canada and Harry stayed for that summit. And then it came out that they were gonna leave for good. I knew right then and there. I said, y'all don't know what you're doing. That the people of color in the Commonwealth is not going to like that. They're not going to really feel, they're not going to be feeling that. They're going to feel some kind of way. And people of good nature, people of good heart, is not going to like none of this. And it's not going to matter what color they are. People are just they're not gonna be feeling this. It's gonna make them feel some kind of way. I predicted I did not have a channel at that time, but I was writing it in on X. They know not what they do. They really thought they could get away with this, and it was not gonna cause any blowback for them. But I tell you what, they maybe have bloodied Harry and Meghan up a little bit, but the blowback has been really, really damaging for them. Their attacks are not worth the damage that they have done on their own reputation. I'm telling you. But let's get into this article. It says the king and his family may have to rethink their approach to the Commonwealth and the realms after yet another tour that was disrupted by protests and arguments over Britain's colonial past. It's a Charles and his horse official visit to Australia and Samoa this week will be fondly remembered by thousands who turned out to greet them. I bet they it's not going to be fondly greeted by those people who were doing their traditional uh, dance and ceremony, and she sit up there and giggled like a hyena and being totally and absolutely disrespectful. I mean, it's ridiculous what she did. And then also, it's not going to be fondly remembered by the people who had sympathy and compassion for this Aboriginal uh, senator who full pain of her people was on display. And Camilla sit up there and Charles sit up there and giggle while she yelled and displayed her pain instead of having some kind of compassion and saying, you know what, I'll meet with you afterwards. Let us talk. He didn't say none of that. Instead, he was too busy walking behind this woman who had no shoes on up the stairs. It's just ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing. And they talked about Senator Lydia Thorpe and her tirade, as he put it. Not her pain, her tirade. This is how insensitive these people are. They don't understand the damage and the chaos and the carnage that they have inflicted on the world's people. And yet and still they just think it's funny. Just because these people who have suffered for so many centuries that it's funny, you know. And it's not funny to the people who had to suffer. And they have no compassion whatsoever. I'm just saying. And they talk about, but it leads to the Melbourne Age newspaper and some prominent liberals to demand that the king apologize for the British treatment of the country's indigenous people. What is wrong with that? But see, they don't even understand that they really think it's something wrong with them maybe apologizing. And then they don't want to even talk about reparations. But yet and still they just got through paying the owners, the slave owners and their descendants their reparations for the loss of the slaves. But yet and still they can't somehow feel some kind of way about actually paying for giving the people who actually did the work and had to suffer anything. I'm just saying. It said in Samoa, the Commonwealth head of government meeting, Britain has been fighting to rearguard actions to try to stave off demands to pay slavery and climate change reparations to poor members of the nation. You still reap the benefits of slavery, don't you? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And you know, I saw this man talking about reparations, and he made such a great point. And this was for the United States reparations. He said when we had COVID, they were able to pull out $2 trillion to stave off a collapse in the world's economy. They just pulled it out of thin air, and nobody had to pay anything for any of it. And all the rich people got reparations for loss of business, of all these businesses got reparations. And do you feel it in your taxes? Absolutely not. Do you feel it in anything else? Absolutely not, because these countries are able to find money for things that they want to do, but they cannot find money to do right by the people who have provided all the free labor for all these many years, and their descendants who would have generational wealth if it hadn't been for slavery. They were able to pull 2 or 3 trillion dollars out of thin air and give it out, but they're not able to pull anything out of thin air to give reparations to the people who actually has been wrong in this world. Their family, who who you can see on paper, people of color, because of slavery, is so far behind financially because they never had the generational wealth that people that white people had, that slave owners descendants had. So I'm just saying. But I found that very interesting. I didn't get my taxes didn't go up because of PPP or any of the COVID schemes that they had going. But they were able to pull $3 trillion out of thin air. The reason they have not paid reparations and don't pay reparation is because they don't want to. It's not because they can't. I'm just saying. All right, it says, then let's see, I want to get to the part where it talks about, it says, the royal family has found themselves a target of increasingly strident campaigns over the legacy of empire. These includes demands, and then they go into the reparations again. And it said, aides have vowed, it says, the tipping point came with William and Kate. They saying this is where it went wrong with William and Kate, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge at the time, now the Prince and Princess of Wales, when they went on their ill-fated Caribbean tour in March of 2022, which will go down in infamy as one of the most disastrous tours ever. And as Byron says, went and lost half of the Commonwealth. And it says their aides vowed afterwards that the couple needed to rethink their relationship with the Commonwealth and how to undertake such tours in the future. We'll do it the Cambridge way next time. What is the Cambridge way? Because they can't they cannot think their way out of a wet paper sack, because these are the same people who thought that shampoo commercial was a good idea. So I just wonder what they're gonna come up with. What is the Cambridge way? I just wonder. I just wonder. It said the big problem for William and Kate in 2022's tour was that it was designed to celebrate the then Queen Platinum Jubilee. See, they trying to they trying to pass off the blame. Let me make sure my mic's still on, y'all. Yeah, it's still on. I actually recorded a whole podcast and my mic went on and it was a disaster. But yes, William and Kate trying to pass it off. And it says King Charles has perhaps offered some signposts to the future, meeting veterans of the Mau Mau uprising in Kenya last year to express his sorrow for the regret of the wrongdoing of the British colonial administration, killing and torturing of thousands of independent fighters and sympathizers. Isn't that awful? I'm telling you, Britain has done some damage in this world, and it's starting to come home to roost. The chickens are coming home to roost, and people are feeling some kind of way about this monarchy. Got all them stolen jewels, their stolen jewels, all their stolen riches have just drained their country dry, and now they are poor and are struggling. And all of their ancestors, like this Aboriginal senator said, the bones of her ancestors, the bones of the men, the children, the babies, are all in these museums. All their treasures are in these museums. I don't blame these people. I'd be mad too. I absolutely would be. It says, It said he and Kate vows to serve the Commonwealth the best way they could, and they are prepared to put a hard yard in traveling around all the countries. Well, good luck with that. Good, good luck with that. But they talked about saying it was about Harry and Meghan, but he didn't write nothing that I see about Harry and Meghan up in here. But they know, and then a lot of times they put Harry and Meghan in the title, so you'll go ahead on and read it. But I didn't see anything that he even said about Harry and Meghan. But wait a minute. Here it is. Here it is. It says. It does not help, of course, that Prince Harry, who had the task by Queen Elizabeth with representing young people in the Commonwealth even before he met Meghan, had quit along with his American wife. Her mixed race heritage made her instantly more relatable to so many of the 2.7 billion population. Many of the African and Caribbeans have since brought into the Duke and Duchess of Sussex version of events that their anger at the way they believe the couple was treated by the rest of the royal family has added to the public backlash against the monarchy there. Good, good. He did say that. Good, because that's true. And bought into the version of Harry and Meghan's story. No, they brought into what their eyes saw. It was on full display. All you got to do is open your eyes. If you got two eyes and two ears to hear, you know what had been going on. It's ridiculous. So he can stop that. But yes, and I just love that for them. I do. But after this, after Richard Palmer wrote this is what Charles then put out through Russell Myers. It says the king is set to return to a full program of events next year, including two major overseas tours, with Canada one possible destination, despite his ongoing cancer battle. Now, I don't know what to make of that. Y'all tell me. Because we all know that just because they say they're going to go on tour doesn't mean they are going on tour. Because we all remember just what, a month before Kitty Cat said she got sick, they were supposed to be going, I think, to Spain, no, to France or somewhere like that. They absolutely was. They had tours and all kinds of things planned. And we all know stuff like that can go out the window. So I don't know if he's putting this out to try to use it as a smoke screen and he's actually sicker than we think he is, or he's actually not sick at all and might go on all these tours. Because if he is still doing cancer treatment, how you going to have a full program next year? And especially somebody who's been on cancer treatment all year. Charles has been on cancer treatment all year and hadn't lost a hair on his head. But I must say, over in Samoa, he didn't look good at all. I'm going to put that picture up there. His suit looked good, but he didn't look good at all. I'm just saying. So this squatty said, ugh, barf. If he comes to Toronto, do squatties want me to do some on the ground reporting? See, we squatties be on it, do we not? We had a on the ground squatty over in Australia. I'm telling you, we knew everything that was going on in Australia when they were lying and when they weren't lying. And this is another squatty who is in Toronto, and she said, let's let her know if we need her to do some on the ground reporting. I love it. Do y'all not love it? I really, really don't want to see the deadbeat dad and his horse concubine. But if squatties want me to want to know the tea, then I'll take one for the team. Oh, this is why I love being in the squatty, in the Sussex squad. I love being a squatty because we be on it, don't we? Okay, I'm going to put this up. It says, how does someone teach you to care? This they're talking about William. You know, William got this big 2 night documentary on homeless coming up. It's on the 30th and the 31st. And he, of course, trying to get people to watch it. So he is invoking the name of his mother, like all of a sudden he has had this reserve what is it, resurgent of being Diana's son. Now he has totally just separated himself from Charles. He don't even want to go to Christmas with Charles. It's all about Diana now. This is the same person who was so enmeshed with Charles to the point where he stood on live TV and called his mother paranoid and lied and said that his mother and father's marriage maybe would have survived if it had been for Martin Bashir. That nonsense. It didn't even talk about Charles riding some other man's horse. That didn't have nothing to do with the fact that their marriage did not work. He did not say anything about that. He was talking about Martin Bashir. Did Martin Bashir do some low down snaky things to get that interview? Absolutely he did. But what Diana said was what Diana said. And he wanted to disregard all of that and talking about he never wanted that interview to be played again, silencing his mother, silencing her. He needs to stop. And all of a sudden now he is Diana's son. But he is Diana's son. And he's talking about how Diana taught him this and Diana taught him that. I bet he don't never say how Diana would feel about the way he treating her baby boy, how he treating his brother. Somebody need to ask him about that. What do he think Diana would think about that? Because Harry already been asked that, and Harry knows that she would not be pleased with how everything has gone. But Harry said he believed that she would understand because she went through it. So she would understand what he has gone through. But little did Diana know that her very son was going to put her other son through all of the torment and hell that Charles and his horse had put her through. So I wonder what he would say and what he think Diana would say about his behavior and his jealousy and his pursuit of his brother to destroy him. I wonder what she would say. So let's put this up. It said, how does someone teach you to care? You either genuinely care or fake it. The joke, uh, the Joker fakes it. He is waxing lyrical about his mother, Diana. Has this fraud forgotten his recent call? I mean, he had this fraud forgotten he recently called her paranoid. Take your BS elsewhere, Prince William. We see you. I love this. And this is what this paper, this is today in the Mirror talking about William. Mom is my inspiration. Never thinking about what mom would think about your behavior, your dastardly behavior towards your brother and your brother's wife and his small child, her grandson. Let's not forget, they left Harry, Meghan, and little Archie out there on that island to die. Charles and William did that. Charles and William did that. How do he think Diana would feel about that? How do you think mom would feel about that? Tyler Perry, a stranger who never known her or any of them, saved Diana's son Diana's son's wife, and Diana's son's grandson, because they were out there left for the wolves to eat. I'm just saying. So he can just stop with that. He can just absolutely stop with it. But we all know that he is a fake and a phony. He always have been a fake and a phony. And I'm going to play something for y'all. I dug and dug and dug to find this, and I want to play it for y'all so y'all can hear what a fake, what a phony he really is. And you cannot believe nothing that comes out of his mouth, because the lies just slip off his lips so easily. I mean, they just slide out. So hold up, I'm gonna put a picture of him up and we're gonna listen.
All very excited, delighted for them both, and wishing them all the happiness in this very exciting time. And for me personally, I hope it means he stays out of my fridge and stop him scrounging off all my food he's done over the last few years. So, deeply excited. And it looked like a lovely couple together. I mean, I was all a bit gooey and a bit cheery when we saw them together. I mean, they look so much in love. Yes, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's a fantastic process to go through, the engagement and then the build up to the wedding and things like that. So they've got a lot of happy times ahead of them, and I think they're very caught up in the moment, and I wish them all the happiness and success and fun in the wedding. I hope it goes really well.
And there you have it. Did you hear all those lies that slip off his lip? Talking about how happy he was for Harry to be engaged, and it's such a beautiful process. And how Harry is over there all the time. He just be so happy, so he'll stay out of his fridge. And Harry said in spare that he would sit by his window and see the nanny go up and down with the baby, hoping for an invitation for dinner or to go over there. He never invited his brother, and his brother did not feel free enough or close enough to him to just drop by. And you see how he lied. Like it was so easy for Harry just to drop in and go in his refrigerator and eat his food. And he know that was a lie. And we all know what he was doing to try to ruin the wedding. How he had sent them flying monkeys, him and Charles, probably him and Charles. I know him. I don't know if Charles was involved, but I believe he was, because the way he treated Megan, saying that she was not going to get any kind of stipend or anything like that for her to work for free. She didn't even have health insurance. So I know that it was probably both of them. But yet and still, they were trying to destroy the wedding right then and there. While he was saying that, while all those lies were slipping out of his mouth so slick, he had his flying monkeys on a mission to try to stop the wedding. So this is a man that cannot be believed about anything. He is a liar. And right there is proof positive what I just said. And he has used his brother, continued to use his brother as he does always. Because he be over there standing on his head, doing cartwheels, doing flips, trying to get one or two lines in one of those rags. But the only time he can get paid any attention to is when he puts Harry's name attached. And this is what he has done with this homeless project. He has talked about how Diana took him and Harry to this home. I think it's called Passion's House. He, yeah, a passage, the passage, and showing pictures, new pictures of when they went and all of that. And I bet you he has all he possessed all those pictures, all those family pictures. I bet Harry doesn't have any family pictures. I bet you he has all of the family pictures of him and their mother. I bet you. Because here's a new picture that's never been seen all of a sudden when he used it to his advantage. And using Harry's name. And guess what? It worked. because it is articles in People, articles in the Daily Fair, articles in the Mirror. We just talked about that one. Article, you name it, the articles are talking about, is this an olive branch? That's what the Daily Fair, their article says. Prince William's olive branch to Harry, just because he mentioned his name and talked about when they was taken to the passage as children by their mother, and they calling this an olive branch. Prince of Wales publicly names his brother for the first time in 6 years as he pays fond tribute to his mother, Diana. William is a company man. And what do I mean by that? He has bought fully 100% into the firm, and he is willing to use anybody, his dead mother, his brother, his children, his wife, and anybody else to make himself look good. This is who he is. We just saw him lie straight face to the camera about Harry. And this is no more than an olive branch as any of the other olive branches they have talked about. This is him using his brother again for clicks, for his shine. Because he know if he hadn't mentioned Harry, nobody would pay him any mind. And nobody's gonna watch that two parts of him sitting up there talking nonsense. Who gonna watch that? Nobody. I'm just saying. And in people, the title of it is Prince William recalls emotional childhood memory for Prince Harry in first public mention of his brother in years. And there it is. And everyone, and he wouldn't have gotten a mention about this project if it wasn't for his brother's name attached, and he knows it. And my whole thing is, when he goes to bed, when he is alone, because we know he's not sleeping with Kitty Cat, when he's alone, I bet you he feels pretty pathetic that he still has to use his baby brother for clout, and he is going to be the future king. I'm just saying. I am just saying. And I'm putting this up, and it says, if something is irrelevant, why are you talking about it and giving it relevance? Because will you remember they said Harry and Meghan is irrelevant, but nothing that comes from across that pond, it gets no kind of attention unless Harry, Meghan, or both their names are somehow attached to it. And that includes the former prime minister. I'm just saying. They are the biggest thing that ever came out of there, the biggest thing that ever came out of there. And this person said this: excuse me while I wipe tears away from laughing. A certain prince is getting drugged left and right and center. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook thinks too late to the I'm doing it cause of my mom party. Sir, you stood there in front of cameras where millions of people watch you calling your mom paranoid while the other brother has been bullied, abused, and trashed at every chance for saying his mother's feelings were valid. Where is the lie? See, the funny thing with people, they don't forget easily. So, for that reason, enjoy the freaking dragon. And I love it for him. I do. I do. And one of the squatters said this: good if anyone had got the clip of Willie saying his late mother was paranoid, also the clip of Prince Harry saying his late mother wasn't paranoid. Could you please send it to me? Because the one of Willie dissing his late mother needs to be reposted all next week to show he's full of shit. It said, the other one said, OMG, thank you so much. I wondered how it is being received. I don't want to amplify him because that is what he wants, but I so hope people are not fooled by this fool. And it says, a doc is being skull. He said, I guess the documentary is being skull dragged. Love it for him. And this other one says Prince William slandered his dead mother to help rehabilitate Camilla Parker Bowles' reputation. And in turn, Camilla helped William and Kate to drive Harry's wife and child out of the UK. Talk about a deal made in HELL. Where is it is? And they put up a picture of Diana and said, a angel, may the tormentors never find rest. Amen. Amen. All right. I am going to put up this picture of Charles, the clown. He's still a clown. He always will be a clown. And he does nothing but clownish things. Ugh, what a bozo. Also, I instead of putting up our tiger tonight, I'm putting up Diana. Diana is coming for all these fools. She is. She said, tell Charles I want him to know it was from me. Diana been working something upstairs. I've been seeing it. All that rain, I love it. I love it. She don't let them have a sunshiny day on any other things that they feel is important. And I love that for them. All right, y'all. See y'all next time. Bye.